Hey ninjas, Martin here and back finally for another video. In fact, it's the first video of 2023. Hope you all had a great new year. I can't believe that we're near the end of January already. It wasn't that long ago since New Year, but it feels like it was months ago. It's been incredibly busy, which is obviously a very good thing. So I wanted to record this video just to go through how the sites were doing last year as a good starting point for the plan for this year. And I also plan to do a lot more videos this year. I got quite distracted with another project towards the end of last year, which, to be honest, shiny object syndrome, but I've managed to kind of stop doing that now and getting back onto the affiliate websites and the YouTube channel. And I'll go into a bit more detail on that shortly, and it just goes to show that everybody is guilty of getting distracted from those shiny objects and forgetting really where you need to put that main focus. So I've done a little bit of a slides just to show how the sites performed last year and where they ended up at the end of the year last year, and then just a little bit of details on the plan for this year. So let's go to that screen. So as you can see here, the outdoor website. So previously I did share all of the websites, but I've decided to kind of no longer show that information, just because if the end goal is to potentially sell the sites and flip them, then I don't want that to cause some issues with potential buyers. Obviously, feel free to DM me and I'll be more than happy to discuss the websites with you, but I just don't necessarily want them publicly. Obviously, after that does make sense, but I'm going to share as much information as possible without necessarily sharing the URLs. So progress so far on the outdoor website. Obviously in 2022, it was a fresh website. So it was a brand new domain. I think it was used previously for a recipe site. So it's got a few backlinks, but it was nothing, major. So it was pretty much a fresh site. I started it in January 2022. Posts published in 2022 is only 38, which is not amazing. It's not terrible. I'd have preferred at least 52, at least one post a year, a week. But with me writing all of the content myself and not outsourcing any of it, so I'm very much bootstrapping this site. I don't think 38 is too bad. Now it has had 3 site redesigns in 2022, mainly just because of technical issues and trying out new themes and whatnot. So it was originally on Elementor. I then moved it to Generate Press. I then moved it to Popcorn theme, but then there was some technical issues with that, and then I ended up moving it back to Generate Press. And I think there was about 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, where there's literally no content being shown on the site due to technical issues. So it's actually 4 site redesigns. So that is naturally going to take away some time from work that I've done. Earnings obviously fairly low, which is understandable due to not much work being done on it. So Ezoic display has $8.85. That was from August when I implemented Ezoic. Amazon $10.40. ShareASale made $171. So a total of $190, which is not bad. It's earned something. Paid the hosting. I've obviously got some free samples for that website from companies, which values at around about $400. So I could potentially sell those if I weren't still using them. So it's early days. The site is still young. The site is still small. There's still a lot of content to write on the site. So at least it's started earning something. So yeah, if we look at the earnings, we can see here Ezoic, we've had 8,500 visits, made $8.85, with earnings per, I think that's 1,000 views, I presume, yeah, 1,000 views, $1.04. So I think that could be improved. And then if we look at Amazon here, so we've had 12 items ordered, 11 have been shipped, 1 returned. Conversions 14%, 14.5%, which is pretty decent. I think that's not a not a bad conversion. Shipped items revenue only $179. So obviously quite low valued items there. I think the items themselves are only around about $20. So yeah, pretty low, but it's a start. The share of sale ones were 2 fairly decent sized orders, so that's why that was a little bit higher. That was for like the main products itself. So if we look at hrefs, we can see that DR is still very low. I've not really done any backlinking for the site. I've done a little bit through Linktora, which has given it that extra little boost, but no major backlinking. Organic keywords are up to 100. Organic traffic has gone back up, so we can see that we've had this drop in December. It's quite a significant drop, but then it started to come back again. And I do believe this is down to the technical issue that I experienced, where the site was actually just completely blank and not showing anything, which is not going to help. And as soon as I've got that fixed, which was I'd probably say a couple of weeks ago, it seems to have jumped back up. So hopefully we will just continue going up and up, especially now I've started adding more content to the site. So I haven't actually added any content to the site for around about 3 months. I posted an article last week, so hopefully as I start adding more content back up, it will continue to start growing. And again, you can see a familiar picture on Google Search Console. We've had nearly 5,000 clicks, over 1 million impressions, average position 12, which is pretty decent. We get that up and we should be, laughing at more clicks. But you can see the drop here. But what I like to see is that from the start of the site, it has just been gradually going up. So yeah, pretty happy with that. So the next one is the pet website. You might hear them squeaking behind me because they often do when I talk. Again, that was a very fresh website. It was a brand new site. No backlinking done whatsoever on that previously. And I started that in around about March 2022. And there's a lot of 22s here. So the post published on the site was 22. So in 2022, I posted 22 articles. Funny coincidence. And again, the last post on this site was done in November. So a lot more work to be done on this site, more content to be done. I don't worry too much about the amount of content that I'm writing to some degree, as long as the content that I'm writing is good quality and that I'm obviously targeting more of the lower keyword difficulty kind of pieces of content, because I know that I can get them ranked a lot higher. So sometimes I do think it is quality over quantity, especially if you could have a 100, 150, 200 page article and literally only 2 or 3 of those is bringing the majority of the traffic. So you're very much reliant on those couple of pieces of content. So yeah, it's just worth bearing that in mind, that sometimes less is more. So earnings are very low for this site, but I'm not surprised. There's very little Amazon focused content on this site at the moment. So Ezoic display ads $5.97, that's from May onwards. Amazon $5.88, which actually surprised me. I didn't even think I'd sold anything on this website. So total $11.85, and that's just showing there. Obviously the EMPV is a lot higher for this niche than it is for the outdoor one, which is good. So obviously more content, more visits, and then happy days. And then we can just see here, obviously not a bad conversion at 6.45%. And again, we can just see how the site is performing. So again, this is a very, 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 very new website. I wouldn't even expect a site to start making decent traffic or sales for at least 6 to 12 months. So, and that's with consistent posting. Obviously, I do affiliate marketing as a part-time thing, more as a hobby. So my day job, I'm an affiliate manager for a health and fitness niche network. So that is my main focus, is my main job. And the affiliate stuff is more something that I do late into the night and the evenings. But as we can see, back onto this, we can see that organic keywords are growing. Organic traffic is going up. It's had some good growth right here. So we've gone from November, we have actually stopped working on content, annoyingly, and it's gone straight up. So what I don't want to do is start working on content and it come back down. But I'm sure that's not the case. The site is very clean. The content is decent. So I think it should continue going up. I'm not doing any major backlinking. In fact, I'm not doing any backlinking. That might change more towards the summer, as this niche, pets are good in the winter, but people tend to get more pets during the summer months, I find, just because they can play with them more and whatnot. So hopefully, there'll be some link building opportunities through Harrow and whatnot. So again, familiar picture, gradually going up. Clicks are a bit sporadic, but that will improve as the site gets more traffic and pages and whatnot. Next, we have the gaming expired domain case study that I've been working on. So this is actually on an expired domain, and the domain was provided by Serpnames, who I, again, would 100% recommend. I'm going to do some more videos about domains that Serpnames have in the upcoming months, where I'm basically just going to review individual domains and make recommendations on those. So look out for that. Obviously, if you're not subscribed, make sure you do so. A little bit of a plug. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend them if you are looking for an expired domain, and use the code AMNinjas for, I believe it's 10% off. But plug finished. So this site started in September 2022, and I actually have posted, interestingly, 35 posts on that site. That does include pages and hub pages, so some of those don't actually have that much content on there. But I've been very much focused on this site, which is why the other two sites have not really been worked on. Earnings is 0, which is understandably because there's only one piece of content that is Amazon focused, and every other piece of content is very informational. And I haven't yet added Ezoic, which I do need to actually add, but it's just coming around to doing that. I'm not going to rush to get that done, because it's only going to make a couple of dollars here and there. So as you can see, the site is looking good. I've only done this for the last 30 days because there was a blip before I got it, which was towards the end of 2021, I believe, or at the start of 2021, where it suddenly had 80,000 visits, and then that went down. So that kind of just skews this report up a little bit, so you can't actually see the growth over a 90-day period, because Ahrefs doesn't allow you to select the last 90 days or select a custom one, which is rubbish. But as you can see, it is going up. We've got a good amount of keywords ranking. We've got a good amount of traffic, DR18. Traffic value is decent, so that is gradually going up. And what I like about this site is that all of the content that I'm writing is getting indexed relatively straight away. So the page is getting indexed very, very quickly. A lot of them getting traffic quite quickly. So this organic traffic is spread throughout a majority of the pages on the site, which is really good. Spreads the risk, like I mentioned before. And then if we look here, we've got the Google Search Console. So we were going up, and then we had a bit of a dip. I'm not sure what caused this bit of dip. I do believe, in fact, what it will be, just thinking about it now, is that I took over this site in September. and I removed all of the previous content, as I've said in previous videos. So I removed all of that content, redirected it to the homepage, and then started adding more content because I didn't like how that site was structured. So that would have been when that changeover had happened. So this would have been my new content being added, and then we've obviously gone up. So we're actually doing better now than we were previously, which is fantastic. I think that would be why. I could be wrong, but sort of makes sense to me. So yeah, we're going in the general right direction, so that's obviously positive. So the upcoming plans is to obviously get Ezoic on the gaming site. I've been thinking about doing a pet TikTok channel, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. It's quite competitive and I don't know if I can really have the time to do that. I want to plan out some YouTube channel content for this channel, the gardening channel, and potentially the gaming channel. I want to do at least in the next 4 weeks, potentially by the end of February, I want to have done at least 4 articles on the gaming site, at least 2 articles on the pet site, and at least 2 articles on the kitchen site. And then obviously the AM Ninjas YouTube channel. Now, if you are new and you're watching this, I would not recommend having 3 websites at all. Again, this is a hobby of mine. If it was if it was a main focus of mine, then I would literally just focus on 1 site and smash that, or 2 sites and smash that. But because it is a hobby and it's just something for, a little bit of side hustle just to grow things, I would get burnt out if I just focused on one website. I always do. I get bored and I get burnt out. So having the multiple websites allows me to focus on different projects and different things. So when I'm bored of writing about guinea pigs, I can jump on the gaming one and write about a couple of game guides, and then jump onto the kitchen one and do a little bit on there. And it just helps free up my brain and not get bored and burnt out. So yeah, that should be all of it. So that's all of that. Where are we? I've lost the screen that I was on previously. Is it this one? There we go, this one. So yeah, so that's the plan. Like I say, I'm going to hopefully do some more videos on the YouTube channel in the future on AM Ninjas. If there's anything you want me to go over, please do let me know. I don't just want to be reviewing products and services, because I think that doesn't necessarily help. I want to do more in terms of training and tutorials and all of that stuff. I'm not sure if my audio is linked to the video, but hopefully it is, because I'm just looking at myself as I'm talking. So hopefully it is. But yeah, basically the last 2 months, I've been very distracted with kind of working on the gaming channel, but the gaming site, but it was more focused on Twitch and building up a stream on there. And to be honest, that just took too much time away from the affiliate stuff, too much focus away. So I've kind of stopped doing that. I enjoyed it. I do enjoy doing it. But to be honest, it's not going to make the money. It just takes too long to build up that Twitch following. And my expertise is in affiliate marketing. So it kind of just makes sense to focus on that, really. So that's me. Obviously, if you have any questions, please do put them in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you've got anything you want to know or learn, again, let me know. Feel free to drop me an email, hello@amninjas.com. And don't forget to subscribe and all of that stuff. And yeah, I will see you, hopefully, do a video next week or the week after. So bye.